What's up, gaming heroes? Welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. My name is Erosium, and in today's video we're going to be looking at 3 fantastic skinning farms that can net you a load of gold. I know not everyone's always looking for those next sexy auction house flips and crafts and all that shenanigans. Sometimes people just like to go and grind some mobs, get some loot, and sell it on the auction house. That's exactly what this video is about, and if you're looking for just a nice and easy way of making gold, this is a great way to get you started. So everyone who was there for like the launch of Shadowlands knows that skinning was massively popular at the start of Shadowlands, mostly because everyone needed the callous hides and things like that for the legendary crafting so that everybody could get their initial legendaries, and so the price was really high at that time. It has since dipped off. It's still fairly good, but I'm not going to be featuring those typical farms in today's video. We're going to be actually looking at some different farms, and these will be 3 just open world farms that you can go and check out for yourself. There are more than this, but these are the ones that I'm willing to share in this video. It's worth noting that these farms have been on my Patreon for a little while, and I do share awesome farms like this all the time over on my Patreon, mainly to say thank you for supporting my dreams of becoming a full-time content creator. It's my goal to make my Patreons as much gold as possible with these awesome little farms. Thank you very much for all those guys who have signed up to my Patreon and are supporting me. So the first one is Erosium Wilds. This one is a really cool one that I actually have farmed for more hours than I can count. It's very fun to do. I like it especially because you actually have a chance of getting a mount, which excites me quite a lot. The prospect of farming gold and then every 20 minutes or so I have a chance of getting a free mount, that gets me my ears perked. I'm like, what gold and a mount? Okay. Now bear in mind this is not a sellable mount, so it's just a mount that you typically would have for yourself. So as you can see here, I'm on my my character Brull the bear, and Brull is my skinning guy, and he's simply just going around this island really quickly, killing the crocodiles, skinning, and he's going to get a mixture of items. The prismatic scales are the ones that we're really after, and these I'm not going to really go into prices just because it's going to be so various. It's going to vary so much in different realms, and I'm constantly having people telling me, this isn't worth that much on my realm, or it's worth way more on my realm. And I'd prefer just to say that prismatic scales, they take time to sell, but usually you can sell them at a much higher rate. It's worth noting that with prismatic scales, a lot of people just randomly get 1 or 2 and they want to get rid of it as quickly as possible, so they'll throw it on the auction house really cheap. It's worth just checking out the auction house, buying up any of those stragglers, 1 to 20 prismatic scales at the lower price, and then reset it to a much higher price. The reason you can do this is the prismatic scales are bought by the leather workers, who need to basically buy prismatic scales to make high value transmogs to sell on the auction house. These high value transmogs have pretty good sale rates. They buy the recipes from Veil of Eternal Blossoms, and it basically means that because they have high profit margins, they can easily afford to spend a lot of gold on these prismatic scales. So go ahead, find yourself some prismatic scales and sell them on the auction house. Make sure you do a quick auction house reset. Shouldn't cost you too much. You should make a lot more gold. Do bear in mind and be patient that these might take you a few days to sell. That's okay. Just trust the process. You don't want to just be doing one farm all day, every day. You want to be mixing up the farms, getting some nice diversity on the auction house and going from there. As you can see in the video, I'm always checking out the small island to the top left of on the map. If you look on the map at all, there's a tiny island, and that's got a chance to spawn 2 different types of rare elites. Basically, they are the Zandalari War Scout, and basically one can ride on a dragon, and he gets off the dragon and he starts to creep forward and into Erosium Wilds. You can just check, for the little different locations that he's going to like walk off to, because he walks really far, walks all over the map, so just be careful of that. Then you've got the other one who spawns on a mount, and they both have a chance of basically dropping mounts. They also drop great loot. I've had 50 Kyprite ore spawn from one of those bags from that rare elite, which, on my realm at the time, it was worth 5 gold each. So that was a nice tidy profit just for killing a rare elite that spawns every 20 minutes or so. So this is a really interesting spot. I really like to do this one. Very fun to do. Definitely worth getting that. Definitely worth getting those prismatic scales. Additionally, from skinning these, you also get intestines, which when right clicked, they're like a chest. You can just right click them and they just give you a bunch of gold. Really easy and really efficient. This next one is over in Nagrand. This is the old world Nagrand, guys. So make sure you take the Shattrath portal from your major city. So if that's Ogremar, it's the portal room there to Shattrath. And if it's Stormwind, it's obviously the Mage Tower. So go and grab that portal to Shattrath, then fly over to Nagrand, and you're going to be killing Cleft Hoofs. The reason you want to be killing these Cleft Hoofs is they drop heavy Cleft Hoof hides. Now, heavy Cleft Hoof hides are absolutely insane sale value on pretty much every realm I've actually seen them on. People need them to level up leather working, and so they end up buying them quite a lot. Also, they need them to make quite a good few transmogs, so you can really make yourself a nice bit of chunk of change there. You never really run out of mobs in Nagrand, so you can just keep, you know, running around or flying around Nagrand and killing these Cleft Hoofs. They drop, you know, various different greens. They'll drop obviously the standard powder, but obviously they drop meat as well, which you can sell in the auction house as well. So, you know, you can turn that potentially into cooking recipes as well and sell that, or you can just sell the meat raw on the auction house. The main thing you're here for is the heavy Cleft Hoof hides. Once you've got those, you also get some leather. You can turn that leather into heavy leather, and you can easily sell that for much higher value on the auction house. So make sure you're doing that. This farm nets a huge amount of gold, guys, so do not sleep on this farm. Get it done. You'll definitely thank me afterwards. I know you will, because the gold that comes from this is absolutely insane. Again, it's just like the prismatic scale one. Don't just do this one farm all day, every day, and then say, Erosium, but Erosium, it doesn't sell. It will sell. Be patient. Trust the process. Stock up on various different things. Put it on the auction house, go do a different farm. Stock up on that, put it on the auction house. Go do a different farm, stock up on that. Go do something else. That's the way you gotta do it. People will buy your stuff. Just gotta keep posting it, keep doing your cancel scans every 5 or 6 hours. Post it again, done. It will definitely sell. Just, you gotta be patient and trust the process, guys, with these things. A lot of people will go and do like, a classic example is the mining in Oldham. They'll go do 1 hour mining in Oldham, and then the next day they'll say in my Discord, the Gaming Here Discord, they'll be like, Erosium, the Oldham farm doesn't work. The ore doesn't sell. I know it sells on every single realm. It's needed for so many different professions. It's unreal. So I know there's something else going wrong, and they're just doing basically one farm and expecting you to become a millionaire overnight. You have to stock up on the various different farms, guys, and then you have to stock up on various different materials, get them on the auction house, and move on to the next farm. This is why it's so important to have a repertoire of different farms that you like to do. If you're a material farmer, have 12 different farms that you like to do consistently, and keep all of those farms stocked up. You keep them all stocked up, you'll easily cover your WoW token. Some of my favorite content creators, their best gold farms I've found have been material farms, such as Student Albatross. I like a lot of his videos, but his material farms are seriously amazing, and they're definitely worth people doing on a whole. Again, Darla GG, absolutely love his material farms as well. I find a lot of people are kind of like very distracted by these sexy high value items that you can farm, but then you totally miss on these absolute gold mines, gold printing machines, material farms. These are consistent. Crafters need these materials, and you're absolutely missing out if you don't start farming them. So guys, I implore you, go farm some materials up. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, I'm saving the best for last, guys. The best for last has arrived. This one is my favorite, and there's a seriously good reason this is my favorite. It has insane value, okay? The Warbear leather. Warbear leather is used to make the Warbear woolies and the Warbear harness. These are raunchy transmogs where people buy them to make themselves look semi-naked, okay? or look very tribal, or look, you know, like they've been living out in the wild for a very long time. They're covered in feathers and all that shenanigans. They're very amusing transmogs, guys, and they sell stupidly well. To get those recipes, you have to farm reputation over in Feralus. This video isn't really about a reputation farm. It's more about, you know, the spot that I use to get these warbear leather scraps. So it's definitely worth checking out this spot over in Blasted Lands. It's super easy. Just kill these guys. On my realm, I think these warbear leather is worth around 480 gold each, but the region market value for warbear leather is around 958 gold, which is bloody insane if you ask me. Again, this is one of those farms that takes a little while to sell the leather, but definitely worth doing. I actually did this farm from skinning 0 all the way up to 300 as my Cultiran druid, and I just farmed leather all day long. That's all I did, and it was so worth doing. It didn't take me long to max out my skinning in vanilla just from doing this farm, and I was also able to earn an absolute ton of gold at the same time. That being said, it did take me a week to get rid of the leather and sell it on the auction house, which I was completely fine with. This is a very similar farm to the prismatic one, in the sense that sometimes people get a random piece of warbear leather and they're like, oh, what do I do with this one? I'll just stick it onto the auction house for 1 gold and hopefully someone will buy it. Okay. And then the whole auction house is like set to 1 gold. Just reset that bad boy. The average value across many different realms is 958 gold. So that means a lot of people are selling it for 958 gold or more. So definitely sell it at a good sell. At a good sale value, guys. This takes you time. You know, what is your time worth? I can't remember how much gold we made from like doing 10 minutes of this for the video, but it was a hefty sum. I think it was like around 20,000 gold, which was quite crazy when you think about that. But again, it's one of those. You stock it up, you stick it on the auction house, and you're good to go. You move on to your next farm. Those that are so focused on just one farm, they're always the ones that will complain about things not selling. You got to take your time, stock up on everything, and you're good to go, basically. Again, you get a few transmogs with this farm, but nothing, you know, that will blow your socks off or anything like that. It's pretty good. And you're supplying a market for crafters who don't want to go out and farm for themselves. So ultimately, that's your job there. And by having the value of the warbear leather up a bit higher than say you would for normal leather, you guarantee that the transmog value doesn't tank, and you can kind of control that market. Alright guys, as I mentioned already, this stuff is already on my Patreon. If you do want to support me at all on Patreon, I will endeavor to make sure that you guys get the best and brightest gold making tips, tricks, and farms whenever I hear about them or find out about them. Being a gold maker on YouTube basically entitles me sometimes to be messaged by people who come across really unique, lucrative farms. And they often get in touch with me and say, Erosium, come check out this farm. It's awesome. And then if it's one that I deem kind of like a bit too dangerous to share with a wide audience, then I typically share that on my my Patreon. And then later on, we can share that, you know, on YouTube as and when it becomes appropriate. I do just really want to say thank you everyone who watched this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support me, please check out my Patreon or click the join button below the video right here. And you know, money's tight right now, so if you can't support like that way, feel free to just smash that like button. It's completely free and helps out a tremendous amount. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Erosium out, and I will catch you next time.